Hey dog lovers! St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner. While it's a time for fun and celebration, it's important to keep our furry friends safe. You know, I love St. Patrick's Day. Everyone's Irish that day, even Portia, and she's a very dignified poodle. But with all the excitement, sometimes we forget that what's fun for us isn't always fun for our four-legged friends. We're going to explore 6 essential safety tips to ensure your dog has a happy and healthy St. Patrick's Day. We'll look at some adorable pictures and videos of dogs being their goofy selves, and we'll learn how to keep them wagging their tails all through the holiday. So grab a green juice, get comfy, and let's get started. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the green elephant in the room. Or should I say the green beer? We all know alcohol is a big no-no for dogs. It might seem obvious, but in the hustle and bustle of a party, it's easy to forget your drink on a low table or leave an empty glass lying around. And you know how curious our furry friends can be. One sniff of that strange, interesting smell and they might try to lap it up. But even a small amount of alcohol can be toxic to dogs. It can cause vomiting, diarrhea, coordination problems, breathing difficulties, tremors, even coma. We don't want any of that happening on St. Patrick's Day, or any day for that matter, so please be extra cautious and keep those adult beverages well out of your pup's reach. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy a festive drink. Just be mindful. Keep your drinks on high shelves, use coasters, and if you spill anything, clean it up right away. And of course, never ever give your dog alcohol intentionally. Remember, your dog depends on you to keep them safe. So let's make sure their St. Patrick's Day is filled with treats and belly rubs, not trips to the emergency vet. Okay, next up, let's talk about the food. I know, it's hard to resist those puppy dog eyes begging for a bite of your delicious St. Patrick's Day feast. But trust me, it's best to stick to their regular dog food. Many traditional St. Patrick's Day foods can actually be harmful to dogs. Let's start with the obvious one, chocolate. We all know chocolate is toxic to dogs, but it's especially important to remember during holidays when there are more chocolate treats around than usual. Keep those chocolate coins, shamrock-shaped candies, and Irish cream desserts locked up tight, and be careful with desserts containing xylitol, an artificial sweetener that's super dangerous for dogs. Even small amounts can cause serious problems. And it's not just sweets we need to be mindful of. Onions and garlic, often used in savory dishes, are also toxic to dogs. They can damage red blood cells and lead to anemia. So even if you're making a traditional Irish stew or soda bread, keep your furry friend away from the kitchen while you're cooking and be careful about scraps that might fall on the floor. Let's talk decorations. I love decorating for the holidays. It's so fun to add a little festive cheer to our homes. But when you have a dog, especially a playful one, you have to be extra careful about what you put out. Those sparkly shamrocks, leprechaun hats, and green streamers might look like fun toys to our furry friends, but they can be choking hazards or cause digestive blockages if swallowed. And let's be honest, some dogs will chew on anything. So what can you do? Well, first of all, try to keep decorations out of your dog's reach. Hang them high on walls or on sturdy furniture they can't knock over. If you have a dog who loves to countersurf, well, you might have to get a little more creative. And when you're choosing decorations, opt for larger, more durable items that are less likely to be swallowed, and avoid anything with small, dangling parts that could be easily pulled off. Oh, and one more thing, be careful with plants. Many popular St. Patrick's Day plants, like lilies and daffodils, are actually toxic to dogs. If you're displaying these festive blooms, make sure they're in a spot where your dog can't reach them. Ensure proper identification. Okay, this next tip is important all year round, but it's especially crucial during holidays when there's more hustle and bustle. Make sure your dog has proper identification. With doors opening and closing more often for guests, or if you're taking your dog to a St. Patrick's Day event, there's a higher chance they could slip out unnoticed. And trust me, you don't want to be that person frantically searching for their lost dog on a holiday. So, double-check that your dog's collar is secure and their ID tags are up to date with your current phone number. And if your dog isn't already microchipped, I highly recommend it. It's a simple procedure that can make a world of difference if your furry friend ever goes missing. A microchip is a tiny device that's implanted under your dog's skin. It contains your contact information, and if your dog is found, a vet or shelter can scan the chip and reunite you. It's like a safety net for your peace of mind. So, before you get caught up in the St. Patrick's Day festivities, take a moment to make sure your dog's identification is sorted. It's a small step that can save you a lot of heartache. Create a safe space. St. Patrick's Day can be a blast, but let's face it, all the excitement can be overwhelming for some dogs. The constant doorbell ringing, unfamiliar faces, and loud music can be stressful, especially for dogs who are shy or anxious. So, it's important to create a safe space for your furry friend where they can escape the commotion and decompress. This could be their crate if they're crate trained, a quiet room away from the action, or even just a cozy corner with their favorite bed and some toys. Let your dog retreat to their safe space whenever they need a break from the festivities. Don't force them to interact with guests if they're feeling overwhelmed, and make sure everyone in your home knows to respect their space. You can also help your dog feel more relaxed by playing calming music, using a pheromone diffuser, or giving them a long-lasting chew toy to keep them occupied. And if you know your dog is particularly sensitive to noise or crowds, it might be best to skip the big parties altogether and opt for a more low-key celebration at home. Monitor outdoor activities. Now, if you're planning on celebrating St. Patrick's Day out and about, maybe at a parade or a dog-friendly pub, that's fantastic. Just remember to keep a close eye on your furry friend. Outdoor events can be full of unexpected hazards for dogs. From dropped food and spilled drinks to discarded party favors and decorations, there are plenty of things your dog could ingest that might cause tummy troubles or worse. And with large crowds around, it's easier for dogs to get spooked, disoriented, or even separated from their owners. So, if you're bringing your dog along for the fun, make sure they're leashed at all times, even if it's a dog-friendly event. And if your dog is reactive to other dogs or people, it's best to keep a safe distance or consider leaving them at home where they're most comfortable. It's all about knowing your dog and their limits. Oh, and one more thing. Be mindful of the weather. St. Patrick's Day can be chilly in some parts of the country, so make sure your dog is dressed appropriately if needed, and always provide access to fresh water, especially if you're out for an extended period. Have a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day. So there you have it. 6 simple tips to help keep your furry friends safe and sound this St. Patrick's Day. Remember, a little preparation goes a long way in preventing mishaps and ensuring everyone has a happy holiday. Thanks for watching. We hope these tips help you and your furry friend have a safe and enjoyable St. Patrick's Day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more pet care tips and tricks. For more detailed information, check out the article on dogster.com linked in the description below.